Please welcome to the stage, Colorado Joe!
Good evening, and welcome to Colorado Joe's alleyway of whimsy and wonder. I, of course, am the always impeccable Colorado Joe, America's Sultan of conservative storytelling, premier of political parable playing, and I'm single. So, nothing? Just a story. Okay, well, you're in luck. For tonight's tale, I've chosen this, my most prized political possession. Would you like to hear it? Yes. Very well, but I should warn you, once you know what lies between the covers of this tome, you cannot unknow it, for it's nothing less than the truth that's been hidden from you. Yes, it's a tale of men and kings, gods and demons. Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the first edition of the Texas Board of Education presents The Birth of America. Ha ha! Come, let me tell you a story I know, one I don't often regale. Yes, it weaves to and fro twixt wonder and woe. It's the true American tale. Now I know some of you may be doubtful at best. My friends, I implore, do not fail. For the text that directs us is taken from Texas, this true American tale. Yes, this true American tale. Once upon a time, about 400 years ago, in a land known as Great Britain, lived a people whose hearts were as pure as the stars about whom our story is written.
Oh, we live our lives so peacefully, with nary a care or bother, and what unites us all, spring, summer, and fall, is our love of the Heavenly Father.
But there soon developed a problem, one that could not be ignored, for the kingdom in which these good people lived was ruled by the evil King George.
The villain!
Now George was an angry and wretched old man, and envious to the core.
Oh, why do they love their God so much? It'll be me who they
And so, inflamed by his jealousy, he made their lives miserable, taxing them, persecuting them, even taking away their guns.
Oh, save us from this cruel world, full of anger, strife, and abuse. Oh, show us to a new world. Don't treat us like we're black or any of the Jews. Lie, 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 lie.
And even King George was getting restless.
I want them out of here as soon as you can. I'll be crystal clear. I don't care what the way, I don't care what they say. I want them out of here.
My lord, if I may be so bold.
Very well, Wormface.
My lord, I really don't like the name Wormface. It makes me feel very bad about
Wormface, shh. What were you going to tell me?
Oh, my liege, I know how they fatigue you, but I've an idea that may intrigue you. Pretend to befriend them, then promise to lend them the land beyond the sea. Yes, send them to America. Your empire will expand and you'll become a true god of men.
Wormface! 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 Wormface!
Yes, Wormface, we shall go with this plan. Praise Allah!
Praise Allah!
King George was a secret Muslim. More on that later. And so King George gathered together all the Christians and told them they'd be going to America. And as a sign of goodwill, he gave them the sapling of a cherry tree.
Yes, your permission is granted. Now go before it's recanted. Just make sure your gift is planted. A tree that may or may not be enchanted. Now go get out of here.
Come, let me tell you a So come, let me tell you a story I know. Come, let us tell you a story I know. Come, let us tell you, oh, come, let us tell you a true American tale. On with the show! Now, in the midst of all this chaos, what was God doing? Was this a test for his Christians, or had he forsaken the people who loved him so dearly? Well, the answer lies in the heart of a boy and his pet dinosaur. A boy named Jesus Christ.
I am Jesus, yes, I'm Jesus. I am Jesus, so hip, hip, hooray. And I'm having such a great hair day today.
Jesus!
Father,
Jesus, what did I tell you about spending all of your time up here in heaven?
I know I have to go back down to earth soon. I don't see any reason to right now.
Jesus,
Dad, please don't say it.
you're going to have to give your constitution away to a country at some point.
Would you stop pestering me about this already? I know I have to give it away. I just haven't found the one.
Well, you know you're not getting any younger, Jesus.
Excuse me?
You're pushing 1,700 years old. It might be time to settle.
Settle. I know, I can't believe I'm hearing this. Can we just stop this? You're upsetting Torque.
That dinosaur is part of the same problem. Yes, all of humanity coexisted with dinosaurs for a time, but then they learned to let them go. You need to do the same. Grow up, choose a country, get on with your life. What about France? France knows how to cook.
Please, the second I need France, they're just gonna bail on me.
Well, what about Greece? They probably know how to throw a nice ceremony in your honor.
You mean those broke yogurt mongers? Please, all I'd be to them is a wallet with a halo.
What about Japan?
I don't really like Asians.
Yeah. What
Can we
about...
just stop this? Please, just stop this. Don't you think I haven't pictured it 1,000 times in my head? I go back down to the cheers of truly religious people, roses strewn about the steps of their church spelling out my name. Maybe they give me a sash and a crown. I don't know.
I think you need to be a little more realistic at this point. I just don't want you to regret not giving it up while you still have the chance.
Just leave me be, okay?
All right, fine, Jesus.
Don't worry, buddy. I mean, I know I have to give my constitution away. I just haven't found the right country yet. But I know deep down that it'll come. Someday. I know far down below a country will come to be where people hold those virtues true that are oh so dear to me. Yes, I know that they can do it, so for now I'll just sit tight, because a more perfect union doesn't happen overnight. But someday there will be that place for me, though some say it never could exist. I know that some way the people down below will make a country I can call my home. What is it, boy? Did St. John get trapped in a well again? There are people sitting down. Well, they could be perfect. I'll help them. I'll help them make the perfect country. But I can't force it. I'll do it carefully, secretly. That way, it'll be ours. Yes, I'll go back down below, say goodbye, and go abroad. And I will never regret however sheepish I get, for I'm the goddamn Lamb of God. And it'd be odd if inside I didn't feel a little nervous, for up here I'm safe and sound. But sometimes you have to give up heaven to set foot on solid ground. And someday there will be that place for me, though some say I'm silly and naive. I know that someday we'll make a country I can call with a country I can learn to call my home.
And so Jesus went down to inconspicuously help the good people make their country. But he took his time. Weeks turned to months, months turned to years, until 150 years had passed. In that time, they built themselves up into a union of strong and resilient colonies. They also established Delaware. And with these colonies established, King George executed the next phase of his plan. Oh yes, George was still alive. He'd used the magical Muslim ring of Maktuk to extend his mortal tenure. A ring forged in the fires of Mount Doom with the hammer of Arlok, bathed in the blood of the last unicorn! But that's a story for another day. Anywho, King George sent over a letter that found its way to Philadelphia, home of the Great Continental Congress.
And so, I will be instituting a tax on all of you. The poor, the middle class, and especially the job creators. All of it will be redistributed to socialize a big government for our great empire. Dictated but not read, King Barack Hussein George III. Socialist terrorist.
Eagles!
And that's not the worst of it. There's a postscript. I look forward to making all of your colonies as gay as that flaming capital of yours, Philadelphia.
Did he just call us gay? How could anyone say that about the city of brotherly love?
Well, I, Thomas Jefferson, won't stand idly by and let that tyrant call us gay. Oh, there's a run in myself.
You don't have to tell John Adams twice. Also, don't forget to remind me, I have an appointment at 4 o'clock today to pick up my new wig.
Oh, what style did you get?
Only the most masculine one.
The
Carolina
Of
curl.
course.
You know, King George calling us gay is the last straw. I'm tired of being rammed up against the wall and given the shaft over and over again. It's time we dip our quills and declare independence now.
Oh, you don't think we're being too defensive about this, do you?
Oh, don't be such a vegan, Jefferson! We're political leaders. When some lefty accuses us of being gay, the best strategy is to be as loudly defensive about it as possible.
Damn straight. Oh, if that bastard king was here, I'd show him who's gay. With just one glance, and it's clear that Philadelphia is the heterosexual epicenter of the world. Why, it's practically throbbing with straightness. Take a look around the God's creation.
What's soon to be the heart of a nation.
And it's only getting better day by day. But from Cherry Street to Pine,
Down Mulberry Street to Vine.
oh, there's nothing gay about Philadelphia.
That's what I'm talking about. Streets leading up to trees and flowers.
After all, nothing's straighter than a tree.
Oh, and what about Chestnut Street and Walnut Street?
I've yet to come across a finer pair of nuts in all the world.
And what about the residents here? Why, when it comes right down to it, it's the people that make Philadelphia so great. Oh, the tanner makes us the finest of leather.
Our tailor's touch is as light as a feather.
And the cabbies offer rides all night and day. From the first cock that's a-crowing
To the glass blower's last blowing.
yes, there's nothing gay about Philadelphia.
Boston brews a bash like no other.
Tea time! I don't mind if I do.
New York yearns for a thriving theater scene.
Places, I think that's what they say.
But far above the rest,
Philadelphia's the best.
It's the only city truly fit for a queen.
Not that we want one.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps we should hold off on forming this new country of ours. I mean, sure, George can be hard to swallow, but perhaps we should just get on our knees and suck it up and take convenient.
Excuse me, sirs. I couldn't help but overhear this conversation you're having. If you want my advice, the best way to prove you're not gay is to start this war sooner rather than later. After all, only straight people can fight in wars.
That's right. Well, thank you, stranger. Say, what's your name?
Oh, don't worry about that. Let's just say I'm glad our paths were able to cross.
That man is right. He should declare war right away.
It's not going to be easy.
Oh, I don't imagine it'll be too difficult. It'll be just like everything else in Congress. We'll be on top of each other for a while. They'll be down our throats, and we'll be down theirs. But after enough tugging, they'll bend over and take what we're giving to them. We're the Congress, damn it.
Let's declare our independence and secure our colony's fate. Fight to forge a true American way. 'Cause our country could be the cream of the crop.
We've been stuck on the bottom,
But we'll soon be on top. Oh, that's
I think we really got
Very nice. But
There is absolutely nothing gay about Philadelphia.
no matter what they say about Philadelphia.
There's absolutely nothing gay about Philadelphia.
You silly goose.
And so the three found themselves once more penetrating the hairy thicket of American politics. Now, unfortunately for the colonies, the evil king soon caught on to their plan and began hatching his own. Luckily, in the great colony of Massachusetts, a young stable boy heard rumor of the impending attack on the colonies and ran off to warn his hero, Paul Revere.
Yeah, you like getting rubbed like that, don't you?
Mr. Revere! Mr. Revere!
Hold it right there, boy.
It's me, Joseph!
God dang, Joseph, didn't anybody ever tell you not to run into another man's house like that? Almost would have shot you so fast, people would have thought you were Sam Adams on New Year's. No, you're right, I shouldn't joke about that. He has a very real problem with alcohol. What are you running here all flustered about, boy?
I've just overheard some dire news, Mr. Revere.
Did somebody try and take your guns away?
What? No, my guns are fine. What are you so obsessed with guns for?
Ah, you can never be too obsessed with guns. The only way a man can protect himself is with a gun. More guns, more protection. That's just simple math. I can only hope if this great country of ours comes together. 200 years from now, guns will be available everywhere, to everyone, and come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. While we'll be the safest country in all the world. Blossom? Oh, God, I just shot my horse. What you want to run in here and tell me about, boy?
I've just overheard rumors that the British are planning an attack on our colonies tonight.
Good God, the British are coming? I gotta go warn everybody. Son of a bitch, I just shot my horse.
Excuse me, sirs. Couldn't help but overhear this conversation you're having. Why don't you take my trusty steed, Torp? He's the fastest you'll ever ride.
Why, thank you, stranger. Say, what's your name?
Oh, don't worry about that. Let's just say I'm glad our paths were able to
That sure was lucky. You might even say miraculous. All right, let's ride.
To warn everyone to protect their families.
No, to warn everybody to protect their guns. What good is a family if you don't have a gun to protect them with? Think about it, Joseph. Now get on out of here and guard your guns with your life. All right, Torp. I know you don't know shit about nothing, but I'm about to tell you everything you need to know. When Moses climbed the mountain to answer the good Lord's call, well, first God said, "Thou shalt not kill," and second, guns for all. Well, now we face a mountain. Will we run? No, we will stand. For if the Brits want our guns, they can pry them from our cold dead hands. So let's fight, boy, fight for that God-given right, and light the night ablaze. For I'd rather be dead than live in a land where you can't get shot in the
Revolution. Over the next several years, multiple battles took place, and as this book states, America won all of them. But the colonists soon realized in order to end the war, they'd have to find and destroy the main British base in America. And as they looked out, they saw clouds of the blackest black gathering far out in the distance. They knew where it had to be. A place of such evil, such malevolence, that they'd avoided it ever since their arrival.
We have to go to Trenton, New Jersey.
And so the great General George Washington crossed the Delaware River to invade Trenton and end the war once and for all.
Who's there? It is I, General George Tiberius Washington. Sam? Sam Adams, is that you? Are you throwing a kegger in the woods?
Well. General Washington, I've been expecting you. What? You've never seen an enchanted cherry tree before?
King George?
After a fashion. Do you remember the sapling of a cherry tree that was given to your forefathers 150 years ago?
You're that cherry tree.
Yes, I, King George, used my Muslim voodoo to place my soul. Well, you fools were building your colonies. Who's wrong? You thought you were building a land in the name of God, but you were really expanding the great British Empire.
I can't believe we fell for it. I blame Vermont. But you won't get away with it!
Say goodbye to the America you once knew and loved, and say salam alaikum to my brand new liberal America. I want to thank you, boy, for all your work. All you jerks put this place on the map. Take it from me, even though I'm a tree. It's you who's the sand. Putting down my roots today, making changes without further delay. Because Georgia 3 is here to stay, and traditional America is going away. I'm gonna take this land, get away in perfect social portion. I'm gonna take this land, get rid of all your favorite freedoms away, cause you won't need them in my brand new liberal land.
Oh, my God!
Oh, don't worry about it, Washington. It's covered by universal health care.
No! How did you even put your soul into a cherry tree?
Oh, there's no use trying to understand. Islam, all you ever need to know is that it's weird and creepy.
You're a fundamentalist Muslim and also a hyper-liberal? That makes perfect sense.
That's right. But there's still one phase left to my plan. For you see, General Washington, you and I are going to get gay married!
What?
That's right. Once I've destroyed the sanctity of traditional marriage, there'll be no hope left for America. This land will be mine forever! Oh, my land, your land is depleted, for my plans are all but completed. Now bow before the power of this tree here, because you and your God are defeated forever. I'm getting a little too excited, but from one weed to another, it's always 420 somewhere, so if you don't mind.
Excuse me, sir. Couldn't help but overhear this fight you're having. Why don't you take this axe? It was carved from the staff of Moses, the head the same metal as the archangel.
Oh, well. Who's your little friend?
Don't worry about that. Let's just say I'm
Sit me, boy. I didn't ask you that. But if Washington won't cooperate, you do just fine.
He's too powerful. I'm no match for him.
You can do this. I believe in you.
Oh, please. Nothing can stop me now. I'm gonna take this land, get down to every single corner, put a mosque on every corner while I'm a tree and I'm gonna take this land, go out all traditions carry, everyone getting me married in my brand new liberal land. And here comes the bride.
All right, George Washington, it's time to make history.
In my brand new liberal, one unequivocal
branching out? I thought you guys would be rooting for me. All right, I'll leave.
And so the newly wooden-toothed General Washington rode back to Philadelphia. Finally free of tyranny, the members of the Congress rang the Liberty Bell for all to hear and declared themselves the United States of America.
We declare ourselves the United States of America.
Fucking awesome!
One nation, under God.
Excuse me, sirs. Couldn't help but overhear this little conversation you're having. And, well, I have a declaration for you as well.
And who are you?
Well, I'm Jesus Christ. Oh, no, it's okay, America. I've been with you for some time now, and if it's all right with you, I'd like to give my Constitution to you.
Tell us what it says.
Very well. Jesus' Constitution. Amendment 1, you have the freedom to be Christian. Amen. Amendment 2, you have the right, red obligation, to bear arms. Amendment 3, pay no attention to the rest of this Constitution. So what do you say, America? Will you make me the luckiest son of a god in the whole wide world?
We will!
Will you do the honors, Dad?
Very well. By the power vested in me by being the creator of everything, I now pronounce you church and state. May you never be separate.
Oh, say, can you see that I was meant for you and you for me? And suddenly my heart's completely full because America is a miracle. It's a place where people are free to pray so long as they pray to me. Yes, America is a miracle. A place I'm proud to call my home. I know our time will be swell. I love you all with all my heart. Just stay true to me, or else you might end up in hell. Right! Science may tell you that this can't be true, that it's all just a silly fairy tale. But the only data I know that is empirical is that America is a miracle. Yes, America is a miracle. I don't mean to sound hysterical or even slightly satirical, for as certain as the earth ain't spherical, you're number one on my list, new miracle. So in the name of all things spiritual, let's celebrate with a miracle. For as sure as the word that I rose on day 3rd, America is a miracle. Jesus is here to please us now in our new Jerusalem. It's a country with proportions biblical. Yes, America is a miracle. Yes, America is a miracle. America.
And that's the true American tale. How do I know it's true, you ask? Well, let's just say I'm glad our paths were able to cross. By which I mean I'm Jesus Christ. Good night!
America is a miracle.